Hi guys. Well, I happened to be over my neighbor's house the other day and I noticed he had a box full of old tubes of caulking and silicone, and they were all pretty much only a quarter or maybe a half used tubes. Well, he had a screw in them, and you know how that goes. It only lasts for about not even a day or two, and the tube will eventually dry up. All the tubes were all dried up. They're all really worthless. So I thought I would make a video showing you how you can keep some of these tubes fresh for a long period of time. Let me show you 4 ways that you can keep these tubes fresh. By the way, if you'd like to know how to apply caulking or silicone like a professional, click up above on the right hand side and it'll take you to my video. Okay, well, the first method that I'm going to use is with a piece of duct tape. Now I'm sure you guys have tried this and had no luck with this, but I got to tell you, I have. One of the reasons why I think they were unsuccessful in using this technique is because they were putting the tape on sloppy and loose. The technique they were using, the best way I could describe it is like putting a hot dog in a hot dog bun. If you notice doing it this way, you'll have air leaks, like here. And in these folds too, air will sneak in through there. Plus you want to eliminate any air pockets in front of the tip. So as you can see, it's fairly loosely put on. After a while, this will quickly harden. The key here is not to let any air come in. So you're probably wondering, well, how do you put it on then? Well, this is what I do, and I've had really good luck doing it this way. I want you to imagine cigars. I want you to imagine like you're rolling a cigar. Can you see how he's rolling it? He's making sure that he's rolling it tight. That's what we're gonna do. As you can see, I have a strip about 2 or 3 inches of good quality duct tape. I just so happen to be using some Gorilla tape. I also want to make sure before I put the tape on that I've squeezed a little material out and then wiped it off the tip. That way there's no air in the nozzle. Then I place the tape just about where that bend is. When I start to put the tape on, I want to make sure it's flat and tight so I don't have any lumps for air to sneak in. Now, as you're rolling it, the tendency, as you can see, is not to fold that flap completely down. And if you continue to roll, what will happen is that flap will go backwards and you'll create an air leak. So what you want to do is make sure that flap is down. So as you can see, I make sure it's flat down on that tip. Once I do that, then I continue to roll nice and tight, like you're rolling a cigar. But once you have it completely rolled nice and tight, you'll want to start at the bottom or at the tip and squeeze the tape together and squeeze the air outward. If you do it from the edge of the tape and work your way inward, you're going to create a pocket of air, and you don't want to do that. So squeeze from the tip outward to get any air out of there. Just keep squeezing all around that tip and make sure that you have no gaps, no air, no nothing. Now my next method is using electric screw caps or wire nuts. All you do is just screw it in nice and tight. The key is to get it in there nice and tight. And believe it or not, I've had some success doing it this way. Now, depending how far back you cut the tip, there are some other different sizes that you can use, as you can see in this example here. The farther back you cut on the tip, the bigger the hole's going to be, which means you're going to need a bigger wire nut. Now this next tip, surprisingly, works really well for me. It's the best of both worlds. I use the duct tape method and the wire nut method. Try using this method. It's definitely going to double your chances of preventing your tip from drying out. Now this next tip I was a little apprehensive about putting it on here, but I think we're all adults and we can be responsible for ourselves. So I'm going to have to put out a disclaimer here. Do this at your own risk. Understand the materials that you're using. There are flammable materials in these tubes. So do your homework and read your MSDS sheets to make sure that you're not doing this to a flammable material. So if you're a beginner to this, I would suggest you don't do this. But I'd like to think if you have a torch, you know what you're doing. So in this technique, all we're doing is just melting the plastic like a candle. Once you have it somewhat melted, then you're going to take it to a piece of metal and just kind of push the plastic together so it seals. Sort of like if you've seen in the movies, if you got shot with a bullet, they take a piece of iron and seal the hole. Same principle. Okay, well I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was very informative. Please check out my other how-to videos. Oh, and check out my new website. There's new items being put in there every day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course, hit the bell. Until then, we'll see you at my next video. Bye!